Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Watersports, and today's video is all about setting your bar up for your scenario for the day. And what I'm specifically talking about is your safety line, your landing line, your flag line. Every brand says it's a different thing, and that's this. That bungee line that your leash attaches to goes up to the front yoke or bracket or whatever the brand calls it. And well, which side does that connect to? We're going to get into the details of how to set yourself up for success, especially on a small beach, windy conditions, without anybody there to land you. Hey everyone, let's get started on picking which side your flag line should be on. And what I mean by that is if you look up at the yoke of the kite, where your safety line goes up through the middle section and connects to the top up here, you can see that my safety line is on the right side. And it being on the right side, I know that if I have to flag out this kite, I can only choose the left side of my wind window, making that safety line, that flag line, the top. So it being on top versus the bottom. If it's on top when I flag out, the kite will fully depower most of the time, fully depower and land itself very gracefully. If I have that line on the bottom side, so in this case, with the kite on the right side of the wind window, and I go to land, well, let's use that example first. So the flag out line is on the bottom side of my yoke. It's on the bottom side closest to the water. And when I go to flag it out, you can see it rolls over to its back, and then it's gonna fly, tumble down the beach, eventually flagging itself out. Sure, we've accomplished a self-landing, but it's not as graceful, and we have a high vulnerability of tangling up with other stuff on the beach. But we're really only using this scenario if nobody's on the beach and nobody's here to land us, and we certainly can't do it out in the water if we're stuck up on the beach doing a landing. So we're determining before we go out which side that safety line, that flag out line, is going to be on. So let me put this kite back together, and then I'll show you what it looks like with that safety line on the top side. All right, now I'm gonna set up so that my kite is on the left side with my safety line, my flag out line, on the top side of my yoke, furthest away from the water. So one of my front lines that are attached to the safety flag out line is gonna be on the top side of that yoke. Bring it down to the water, eject, and you can see that it flags out perfectly and doesn't tumble across the wind window. And you know, this does take some technique, does take some effort to make sure that you know the scenario better, and making sure that you know your surroundings and capabilities and have the confidence in doing so. But knowing which side your safety line is on that yoke is going to set you up for success if you do have to flag out your kite and do a self-landing. So a rule of thumb here is understanding your equipment, and every brand's a little bit different. Some brands have indicators on the pigtail itself on one of the front lines that it's going to be the safety line. In this exact situation, on north, the red line, out of the box, brand new, the red line is attached to your safety eject, your flag out line. Some brands out there have bars designed where they have to have that safety line on that specific side, the left or the right, in order for that auto unswivel to work. You need to understand your equipment. You need to understand which line you're attached to with your leash. In most cases, 60% of the time, all the time, you'll actually be able to flip-flop those front lines to your desired side of flag out. So if you know that you're going to need to flag out your kite on the right side of the wind window, you got to make sure that that flag line is on the up side, the high side, away from the water when you go to flag it out. Vice versa, if it's on the left, same thing, making sure that that flag out line is the furthest away from the water. If you're isolated because of the brand, you got to know which side you always flag your kite out on. This is a pro tip, next level stuff, just a deeper dive into your safety and understanding your equipment. I hope this came clear. It's hard to explain without showing you too much in detail, without being there in person with you. But try it out, get yourself out away from the beach, and do some flag outs do some ejects, and understand what your kite does right at that specific moment when you flag out it. This is Aaron with Elite Watersports, and we're really trying to help you just get to that next level with kiteboarding. Send some comments, like, share, and if you have any other questions, call the shop. And if you have any gear questions or want to upgrade, we're there for you for that too. We'll see you on the water.